So welcome back to the Kirk Miller podcast. In today's episode, I want to do something a little bit different. It's going to be short and to the point and hammer home one point which I've been banging on about for a very long time, but have been inspired by a post I seen literally about 30 minutes ago from someone who I value and respect immensely on social media, and that is Layne, an amazing, I wouldn't say influencer, but just educator in general around training, around nutrition, health, big personality, where he's basically called out Dr. Paul Saladino. Now, Dr. Paul Saladino has over 2.2 million followers, and I remember doing a post, when was it? Maybe around my birthday last year, in fact, talking about DEXA scans and what it takes to get low body fat and all this type of stuff. Anyway, there was one message that really bothered me with this Dr. Paul Saladino's post back then, and it's sort of been brought to the surface having seen Layne's post literally 30 minutes ago. And that is, stop following diets with a name on. Honestly, diets with a name on do not last. Half the time there is some product someone's trying to sell. There's a marketing tactic trying to hook someone in, play on someone's pain that they've got this golden solution when it comes to food. It's bullshit. It doesn't last. Okay? Basically, in this post that I seen off Layne, he basically called out Dr. Paul Saladino by saying all of a sudden this guy backtracked basically on the principles and the benefits of the carnivore diet. So carnivore diet consists of eating only meat, organs, fruit, honey, raw dairy. So this is what Dr. Paul Saladino banged on about for a number of years. It actually sold a book, and he's got a reach of over 2.2 million followers. And his core message is hammering home that the way to transform, drop body fat, live healthier is this way. And I remember when I did my DEXA scan last year, and I did the DEXA scan post, I didn't name Dr. Paul Saladino at the time, but that is exactly who the post was referenced at, because I remember seeing a post from him saying that he was 10.7% body fat or something, and the reason was the carnivore diet. I did a DEXA scan around the same time, and look, this isn't a competition, but I was lower in body fat. My metrics were significantly better, yet I don't follow a carnivore diet. My meal plan structure has evolved multiple times from the age of 20 to 40, which is how old I am now, because my lifestyle has changed. My goals have changed. One goal that's never changed is wanting to be in shape, fit, energized, and strong. But my lifestyle, personally, professionally, and habitually, having moved from Coventry to London, London to Dubai, right, and different values as you age have changed. So your food management structure has to change. So I totally echo what Dr. Layne has said, and that is, carnivore diet, or any single person who is saying that there is one way to get in shape and live with low body fat, high testosterone, all these different things, is full of shit. Full of shit. Everyone has a different genetic makeup. Everyone has different preferences. Everyone has different things that influence your nutritional needs. Okay? And what's ironic with the post that I've seen off Dr. Layne was Dr. Paul Saladino had backtracked and done a podcast at the time, he noticed that he was losing, his testosterone levels were lowering at the point he was writing a book about this carnivore diet. And one thing I totally agree with Dr. Layne was, how can you continue writing a book knowing that the principles you're trying to share to influence millions with their health is negatively impacting your testosterone, amongst other things? And I find it absolutely baffling. And the reason I felt so compelled to speak about this on the podcast, and it is totally different to what I normally do, and I hate calling people out and all this type of stuff, because I'm sure there's many great principles that Paul Saladino shares, and one thing he does bang on about is the importance of real food, non-processed, non-refined sugar. I'm all for that. But I just think when you have someone of a person of influence, and he's not the only one, by the way, who has enormous followers, millions of followers, and they are trying to preach one way to get in shape and advise people on their health, which is the most important thing on this earth, in my opinion, is to keep yourself healthy for your business, for your family, for your children. I just think it's bad, and these people need to be, they do need to be called out. So although my reach isn't millions right now, and if you are listening to this and you do follow people like Dr. Paul Saladino, it's fucking bullshit what he's trying to preach with his carnivore diet. Okay? The amount of people that would have started this carnivore diet, and they may have seen benefits short term. And some people might be listening to this and go, you know what, this works for me. Perfect, that might work for you. But I would challenge most people, whether they're following a carnivore diet, a keto diet, a high carb, low carb, basically anything with a name on it, right? Intermittent fasting, all that stuff, okay? Can you see yourself sticking to that long term? And does that meal plan structure complement your personal, professional, and social lifestyle every week, every month across the year? Basically across all seasons. Because having coached so many people, particularly entrepreneurs and business owners who have travel to think about, holidays to think about, business meetings to attend, social occasions they want to enjoy, I'm yet to coach anyone who can stick to the same meal plan, whatever the title of that meal plan is, for 365 days a year. And at the time of this episode, if you're listening to this, at the time this is being launched, you are probably on holiday, have been on holiday, or about to go on holiday. And I'd have a strong hunch that the meal plan structure or the food management structure you have used up to that point of going on holiday is something you can't totally adhere to on holiday. So that's why you do need a different set of tactics for different environments and different periods of the year. Okay? So you might be listening to this going, okay, so what do I do, Kirk? One thing I do echo what Dr. Paul Saladino has emphasized in his post is the importance of high protein, okay, real food, non-processed food, and non-refined sugar. Just minimize that as much as you can. If you generally eat real food and high protein, minimize sugar, it's very, very hard to overeat. And that's something he does share, right? He does share, which I totally advocate and admire and respect. But I just wanted to hammer home the importance. If you are someone who has consistently struggled to get a grip on your weight, your shape, okay, your food management for at least a few months or maybe even a number of years, stop searching for the diet with a name on it. Start searching for ways that you can consistently eat high protein, real food, minimized added sugar in that given week with the environments you are in. Okay, what is the best case scenario you can have on a week-to-week basis? And that's going to look different depending on where you are, who you're with, and what is the expectation of your physical goals and your performance goals. Like, for example, if I just highlight the carnivore diet, if you are someone listening to this and you are currently trying to perform well in things like high rocks, you want to get faster, you want to lift significantly more, you're never going to do that without carbohydrates. So if you are someone who has gone very low carb, high fat, or done a keto diet or carnivore diet, you are never going to get stronger. You're never going to add significant amount of muscle anytime quick. And you're never going to optimize your performance, especially related to anything endurance-based or where you're training with any sort of volume. And to layer on top of that, have energy for your performance in business and to come home at the end of your day in business in a better mood for your family. So I just wanted to keep this short and sweet. Please check out Layne if you haven't already. This guy, for me, is one of the best in the business. He really is. Basic, simple principles that I believe I preach to. Consistently strength train. Move your body. Don't stress about trying to be perfect, but be consistently on it with your food, with your training, with your sleep, with your movement. All right? And you'll stay in a good spot. Okay? This game isn't magic. This game isn't magic. There is so much bullshit out there at the minute promoting quick wins. Biohacking has a place, but doesn't have a place until you optimize the basics, which is eat real food, get your protein in, move regularly, lift regularly, okay? Prioritize your sleep, then look at sprucing things up with health optimization tactics. But I just wanted to reduce overwhelm. If you're struggling with your food and have consistently for years, if you see any single expert trying to promote a one-way fixed diet approach, it's bullshit. They're probably trying to sell you the dream that will not stick. And this is what we pride ourselves on inside Built to Last. It's giving you solutions, whatever the environment, whatever the needs, whatever the expectation, whatever the targets are for your week in that given period of your sort of training routine. So check out Layne. Be very careful if you do follow Dr. Paul Saladino. I mean, I've got his social media profile up now. It's so one-dimensional, it's untrue. There's a lot of clickbait titles to suck you in. You know, ice cream is a superfood, all this bullshit. It's madness, it really is. You know, you should never, ever follow a meal plan structure that compromises your health, compromises your mood, and negatively impacts your lifestyle, because you won't stick to it, and that'll affect how you feel. And remember, how you feel is going to influence who you bring to your business, the person you show up to in your relationships, and the role model or not you are for your children. So thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear your feedback and thoughts on this too, and I'll see you next time.